everyone. How are we all doing? Who's tuning in? Who's tuning in live? Who's watching the replay? Let me know all the things. Okay. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Patricia. Hi, Karen. Yay. Awesome. Okay. So, oh man. Normally I don't wear glasses in the summertime, strictly because I sweat like a banshee. And pretty much the glasses like never stay on. But right now it's like so unbelievably warm in my office that they're just like continuing to fall down my face. Hey Tiffany, how are you, darling? Okay, so I wanted to just double check one quick thing. Yay. All right, so guys, who is tuning in for the very first time to the live, to the replay? Who is, tuning in and maybe has never joined us for one of these crazy things? For those of you who are tuning in for the replay or tuning in later for the live and have no idea who this crazy chick is, my name's Lauren. I am the founder of Wedding Boss Life, and I am going to announce for the first time ever there are some major MFing changes that are happening behind the scenes of my business right now as we speak. Some major shifts happening, some just major stuff. So when I have a better handle on what that all kind of looks like, I'll be sure to let you guys know the details. But all good, all growing, all amazing shit. So I am going to preface that this episode probably is going to have a little bit of profanity in it, because that's just kind of how I'm feeling this morning. I'm just feeling like a shit show. So if you got little ones in the room, maybe put some headphones on or watch it later tonight when they're all, tuning out. So so major things are happening. I don't want to give too much away. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. But when, like I said, when I have a handle on some of that stuff, I will be sure to let you all know. Basically, I'm getting rid of the stuff in my life, getting rid of the stuff in my business that no longer lines the fuck up. Like, it just doesn't line up anymore. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Certain things. So I finally, grew the balls, essentially, and I am cutting that shit out. So you are going to see a little bit of a different structure within the group. You're going to see a little bit different structure within the business itself, but all good stuff. All good stuff. Yes, Tracy. Yes. Oh, so exciting. So exciting. So good. Change is good when we embrace it. It's when we fight it, right? That it becomes a shit show. So without further ado, today we are talking about block scheduling. Yay! So for those of you watching the live, how many of you guys have heard of block scheduling before? How many of you use it regularly? And if you're tuning in for the replay later on, have you heard of it? Do you use it? Is it something that you have always wanted to try? I just kind of want to get a feel for where you guys are at. So block scheduling for me is something that I have been using in my business for probably the last 5 years or so. It has been a major game changer in how productive my days are. You guys that know me well, that tune in weekly, whatever, I am all over the place normally. But when it actually comes to like my business work and productivity and getting shit done, I'm pretty good. Like I because I have a system. It's, everything else that's like 52 card pickup, right? Awesome. Okay. So a couple of people have heard of it. A couple of people use it. Fabulous. All right. So one thing I want to drive home first and foremost, right away, very beginning of everything I'm about to talk about, block scheduling sounds so rigid, right? Like it sounds so like beep, 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 right? Like it sounds like you're boxed in. I mean, literally, right? It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. And in fact, I would encourage you not to have it be so rigid, because the frustrations and the feelings of, oh, fuck, I didn't get that done today. Or, oh man, like I have so much shit that I have to get done. When am I going to do it? Okay, well, I guess I'm working till 2 a.m. No. Okay. I want you to stop right there. Block scheduling is what you make it. Okay. Block scheduling is what you make it. So for me, it's a lot looser than what you may see on Pinterest, right? What you may read in other blog articles. But I will tell you how my system looks, okay? The LDC, that, wedding boss life way of things. It's always crazy. It's always never mainstream. So typically what I like to do is I have a running to-do list. Now, I don't know about you, but like when I'm driving in the car, or, when my kids are about to kill each other because they're practicing for the WWE and they're kamikazing off the couch onto each other, and an idea out of the blue comes to me like, oh, yeah, I got to work on that. I have a running list in an app. It's called Wunderlist. Now you can do this anywhere. You can have it in your notes, on your phone. They have all kinds of specific note apps that you can download. But I like to use Wunderlist because I can then have it on my computer. It syncs up, and from there I'm able to basically check stuff off that I, am able to complete. I don't know about you, but I really like to either cross stuff off or check it off to kind of feel like I accomplished something that day, right? So I have a running list of stuff. And so the beginning of each day, okay, I will go onto that list and I will see what needs to kind of get done. Now, this list is everything, guys. Like, this is everything for the business. This isn't like, oh yeah, doctor's appointment, or, I have to go to the dentist. No. This is like, okay, you have to batch content today, or you need to send an email out, or make sure you check in with those vendors, or whatever. It's those types of things, okay? I want you to try to keep a separate list, if you can, for your personal stuff. For, don't forget to do the laundry, or, pet medicine, like just those different things. Kind of keep them separate. So the way that I keep it separate is literally I'll go into my calendar and I create a thing. I create an appointment, literally, and I block off the time. Because for me, and Wedding Boss Life especially, my calendar is connected to my booking calendar. And so people can schedule a call with me dependent on where I have time in my day, right? So if I know I need to get, the laundry done and I've got like 17 loads to do, then I need to make time for that. How do you do that? You schedule off the time in your personal calendar. Okay, that's what I do. As far as your day-to-day stuff, though, this is how my day typically looks. I'll take a look at my to-do list, and I have it kind of broken up into sections. It's the someday, like the could be 50 years from now, but it's someday. Someday this will happen. And you know why that is really good to have is because so often we can beat ourselves up because we have all these fabulous ideas as creatives and our brains are always freaking spinning. But sometimes you just need to get that idea, that thought out. You need to just put it somewhere. So that way you can have more space and have more of a creative outlet for you to be able to think of, new ideas, right? So having a section, someday is perfect for me because it's kind of where I do like my brain dump. It's like, okay, well, I know that I need to write this blog post about Lord knows what, but it doesn't have to be right now. It doesn't have to be this month, right? It's like for the downtime that you have. So there's one section. The other section that I have is the week. So I basically will pull the more important stuff and dump it into the week. Okay? So I do this. I do the week part every Sunday. Like that's my routine without even thinking about it anymore, because you're coming off of the weekend, maybe you had it off, maybe you didn't, and it's just helpful to kind of know where your week's going to be headed, right? Like, I don't know about you, but I kind of like to have a little bit of direction. What the hell's going on? So there's, the week, but then every single day I pull in 3 items, okay? 3 items, because I know for me, there's a spider on my wall. Yep, good thing you're cute. And by cute, I mean ugly. Okay, I digress. Sorry, I have like my eye on the spider now. Stay away. So what was I even saying? Sorry, got really distracted by Charlotte. I don't know where her web is at the moment, but anyway. Yeah, so I choose 3. I pick 3 things that have to get done because I give 100% to everything that I do. Now, I have found over the last few years that when I overextend myself, when I try to tackle 1,000,007 things during the course of one day, chances are I'm fucking exhausted by the end of the day and I maybe completed one thing. But what I did in the process was I managed to open up like 6 other projects. Like, am I alone on that? Please tell me I'm not alone on that. Like, I really just want to make sure I'm not alone. Maybe I am. And fuck it. Whatever. Today is one of those days, my friends. I just don't care. So, yes, let me take a sip of coffee because clearly I need to focus here. So, I choose 3. Okay, I'm going back to the 3. I choose 3. If I get those 3 things done during the course of the day, fabulous. Then I can work on more if I'm feeling up to it, if I'm feeling up to the challenge. But I know that these are the priorities that I need to complete. So what I typically do is I break out my day. Morning, early afternoon, late afternoon. Okay? I don't do the whole hour thing. I don't. Like, you will see some people do 9 to 9:30 social media, or, I don't even know, 10:30 to 12:30 emails, whatever. I don't run it like that because having that kind of hourly rigid structure for me is overwhelming. It's like, oh my God, I'm almost at 10 o'clock. I can't do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just know that I need to get this done before lunch. I need to get this done before, I go to pick up my kids, whatever. So what I would suggest is kind of mentally knowing that those blocks of time are, 3 to 4 hours each-ish, okay? Depending on if you have children, depending on if you're working late that night, just kind of knowing, okay, I've got, a good chunk of time to dedicate to whatever it is I need to do. So that helps me. Okay, so I'm not alone. So Tiffany does the same thing, chunking your days into, blocks of time, not hours, but just morning, afternoon, and whatever. I always do my hardest crap first. Okay? always do the hardest stuff first, because that is the stuff that you are going to put off until the cows come home. So if you can get that done, it's, what is that called? Like, eating your frogs or something like that, right? Like, isn't it like eating your frogs or something? I don't even know. But it's like getting the crap that's going to be like in the back of your mind done immediately. And then no matter what, you're winning for that day, right? Like you're just winning, instead of having the anxiety, like, you know, sitting on top of your shoulder and like, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. Like, then you're not going to do anything well, right? Like, I don't know about you, but that's how I am. Exactly. Keeps the to-do list anxiety from creeping in. 100%. Absolutely. So, I'm just looking at my notes, making sure I talked about some, you know, stuff. One other thing that I think a lot of people fail to do is designate specific days for things. Okay. So I do not write blog posts every day, right? I do not schedule, client meetings on Fridays. I don't. Fridays are my self-care day. When did I become dyslexic? I don't know. No offense. I have dyslexia in my family. Maybe I have it. Can you get it later in life? No joke. Like, can you? I don't know. I know you can get ADD and ADHD later in life. That happened. So anyway, I digress. Told you this was going to be a shit show today, guys. It's entertaining though, right? I mean, I don't know. At least it's entertaining for me. Love you, mean it, but at least I'm laughing. That's all. Kidding. Okay, so you have to schedule a day in, though, for your own stuff. You have to do stuff that's going to fill you up. You have to refill your bucket. You have to recharge your batteries, okay? You have to feel like you have a handle and a grasp and a balance on your life. You can't do that if you are dedicating every single day to your business. You just can't. Because unless you are married to your business, now that's a whole other topic I feel like we could talk about, but unless you are married to your business, you are sleeping with your business, you are procreating with your business, you are, whatever, you have to find the balance. Otherwise, you're going to burn out faster than, a forest fire. Well, those don't actually burn out fast. So I digress again. Wow. Yeah. So you have to find a day. So maybe even if it's just a afternoon, maybe it's Tuesday afternoons is when you schedule your doctor's appointments, your dentist appointments, where you have your appointments for your kids, where, all those types of things. It's really helpful to know that day, because what ends up happening, and I know I've said this before, is I don't know about you, but I can't fully commit myself to working a specific day if I know I have, a wax appointment, if I'm getting my hair cut, like if, any of those things, like I just can't focus. So I will, sprinkle in the stuff that, maybe I didn't get around to that week for the days that I schedule, my appointments or whatever too. So maybe I need to do like a client, check-in call or something. I don't know. Then that is something I can do in the car. That is something I can do on my appointment days, right? I would highly recommend doing that, by the way. Because if you are anything like me and you are sitting in front of the computer and you are pounding out work and you are like in the zone, the last thing you want to have to do is pick up the phone and make phone calls. Am I right? Am I right? So for me, one thing that I learned way back in the early days of being an entrepreneur is take those phone calls while you're driving. Because then that way you're killing two birds with one stone. You're driving somewhere that you need to be. Why not get some work done while you're doing it, right? yeah, so I would be very curious. Do you guys have anything to add to this whole idea of, you know, block scheduling and just being more productive during your day? You know, what have you found that has worked well for you? I'd love to hear what, you know, what tips, what tricks, you know, work for you. One thing I have found, I'm going to grab it and show you. One thing that works well for me, if I only have a little bit of time to set, you know, or a little bit of time to do something, or, you know, maybe it's at the end of the day and I've got, you know, a little bit of time left and I don't want to like dive into a full-on project. One thing that I found that's super helpful, if you guys can see this, it is from IKEA. Love IKEA. It is a little, I don't even know what you would, oh man, I don't even know what you call this little doohickey. It's got the temperature, it's got a timer, it's got the time, and an alarm clock. So one thing that you can do is, if you notice, I literally just flip this thing and it sets a timer, right? So that's a beautiful thing, because when that goes off, you know, you're like, yep, done. Like, and that way you're not having to check the clock all the time. But you know, like, okay, I'm done for today. I'm sticking a fork in it. I'm done. And I'll get to it tomorrow, right? Timers and shutting off notifications. Totally. The do not disturb function is like my favorite thing in the whole world. And I actually get people oftentimes that will, you know, send me an email or send me a text or, you know, whatever late at night, and they preface it by saying, I'm sorry it's so late. I'm like, why the hell are you apologizing? It's so, I don't care. My it's on silent. I can't hear that. Like, don't worry. You know, you get to it when you can. But those that do not disturb, it's my fave. I turn off the notifications on my phones. I love phones. Tiff, phones. I love you. So that when I'm working on a project and getting things done on my project list, no email, text, or social media notifications. Boom. I don't know how people can live in certain Facebook groups. Like, I just don't know. I don't feel like anybody lives in this group, you know, like 24/7, but I'm part of like follower to fan society with Tyler. Love. But there are some people that literally like are just in there 24/7. I'm like, how do you get anything accomplished? How do you work? Like, how? You know, I'm so thankful that they're always there to answer questions and whatnot, but it's like, what? Are you superwoman or man? Like, how you do this? Tracy saying, I will log out of any program so that I don't get any notifications. Boom! Yes! So, Tracy, this is a question for you then, my darling. Let me take a sip quick. Have you ever heard of the app/program? It's for your desktop, your MacBook. It's called Station. Have you ever heard of this? Because this, my darling dear, will be a game changer for you. Stuff. Oh, one quick thing. If you guys have not already, okay, please, I'm truly asking. Hop on YouTube, okay? Hop on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, because what that does is it literally puts it out there. It puts it out there for more people to see. And then it has steadily been increasing, and then I've steadily been seeing our group, our community growing. So that's number one. Number two, if you have iTunes, please leave a review, okay? Type something in quick, then that's it. Literally, fucking love Lauren, or this is the worst podcast in the history of ever. Why do I listen to this shit? Whatever. I don't care. A review is a review. I don't care. Okay. Love you guys. And for any of you that do that, and I have not already, I'm going to be doing a quick recorded reading for you guys, because I appreciate the energy that you would be putting into that. Okay. So I want to make sure that it's reciprocated. Truly. Do it to it. right? So, yeah, just let me know when you have, and I will send you a recording, a reading for you, and kind of fill you in when you let me know you have, okay? Love you, love you. Next week, I don't even know what next week is. Like, automation! Automation station. Woo! Oh my God, I'm so excited. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so next week, yes, automation. So I'm going to literally be giving you the quick tips, the quick actionable steps to start automating your business, okay? So those of you that are watching right now, if you are using a client management system, please just put a 1 in the comments, okay? I want to know how to kind of frame this for next week. If you are not using a client management system, put a 2, all right? And if you're watching the replay and you've gotten this far, Lord help you, but put it in the comments. That way I know how to kind of frame it again, okay? That's it. That's it. Love you hard. Hide under the covers. I probably will be later on after my calls that I've got. It's kind of one of those days. It's kind of one of those days. Love you guys so, so much. Try to have a fabulous rest of the week if you can. I will chat with you soon, and thank you for the feedback. Truly. I mean that, I think, more than you know. Okay? So we'll see you next